Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go!
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey.
We caught up with our Wildcat, Mitch Norton, today.
Yeah, it was a bit of fun. Oh, Fitzy joined us as well from the East Coast. We had some questions for him.
Yeah, and he shot a meal up into space, you know.
Yeah,
As you do.
That's normal.
We talk about something that Natalie and I cannot do, and that is walk up to a stranger and boldly make a romantic move on them. And
Some of these
out
stories
well. I mean, one's a bit murdery, but like
People have some balls, I gotta say.
It's
unbelievable.
Great. Yeah, and we just have some fun chats about other various Perth issues.
Hey!
We call it some audio bubble and squeak.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Here on our show, we just like sit in here and talk about, you know, the things that concern the people of Perth.
That's true.
And meanwhile, over in Sydney, Fitzy and his team have been shooting a bowl of spaghetti up into space.
They're making things happen, Nate.
Something tells me their budget's bigger than ours.
Ryan Fitzgerald.
Morning, Fitzy.
Nathan, Nat and Sean, an absolute pleasure. And you know what? This is actually our first, and I know you guys have been hitting the road. You do it regularly. You go see your listeners. We haven't been able to do it for 2 years. 2 years. So, do you know what? The first big idea that we come up with
Yes?
is to launch a bowl of spaghetti into space. It was Wippa's idea, and we've blown the budget for 2022
Did
already.
you throw any other ideas around?
There was some NRL launch that I came up with, but that was boring, and then we had to do that. So unfortunately, we've gone with that one. But no, it was a great day today, and you know, I speak to you guys in shock because can I just say,
Yes?
of Australia, we had no idea. We could not believe it when we found out that you guys were going to get COVID cases at some time. Like, we can't believe that that's happened.
No, we
We're
can't believe it either.
We're pretty sure that one of you guys threw it over Molotov cocktail style
Over the wall.
water.
Well, that was my idea for an OB, Nate.
Now, Fitzy,
COVID around.
Fitzy, the spaghetti itself, was this a family recipe from Whip?
Yeah, and how's this? Like, he goes, mate, this is like a Swiss recipe that's been in the family. It's secretive and no one knows what it is. The two special ingredients were, the first one was bay leaves, which anyone can get.
Everybody
the
does.
second one was a tub of Lego paste that you get from the supermarket.
But that's what goes in a bolognese.
And
I'd put that in my bolognese.
also, don't keep secrets from this recipe. Wasn't one of them as well store-bought cheap Parmesan cheese?
Yeah,
powdered stuff.
I can't believe it. It's so basic. And look, I must admit, it tastes nice. The kids, it's good for kids. Like, you can give it to
it's good for kids. Kids are happy with pasta with butter on it.
Do you know what? My kids actually eat pasta with just a bit of butter on it.
I gotta say. It's delicious, that's why.
We are really happy that your launch went well this morning, but we had a bigger issue to talk to you about because we're trying to get all the technical stuff in place. We did a test yesterday. Further testing is probably going to be required today for us to set up little radio stations at each of our houses tomorrow because, as you know, you've been throwing COVID at us just in case the arse falls out of everything here.
Because Sean keeps going to exposure sites.
Yeah, because we've never, ever...
Yeah, but that's not for COVID. That's just exposure
During
sites.
this entire pandemic, Fitzy, we've never, ever done a show that hasn't been in this studio.
Yeah, okay. Well, so first thing that you do notice when you do a show from home is how much you dislike your family.
Yeah.
Nathan and I live alone, so we're set. But for Sean, this is going to be a problem.
Sean, it's going to be an absolute nightmare for you, mate.
Yeah.
Second of all, you need. I mean, everyone has. I mean, we all have. Or us. You should have a spare room in your house where you do it from. But then you realise how boring that spare room is. So my advice is to put up a bit of art. I don't know, maybe a Zoo Weekly, a lift out or something like that up on the wall that you can look at while you're actually doing the show. But you do realise how bland your house is.
Yes.
You know what? For Natalie and I, every room's a spare room.
Yes.
Because we're by ourselves. So there's no, and I realise that I can't do it in my bedrooms because I feel like the people beneath me will hear. So
The staff.
Gee, finally Nathan's got some action.
the pile of people I sleep on top of. I don't want to upset them. So like I'll be in the lounge room area, but anyway, right next to me there's all these like 4 houses have been built and they're starting to build the remaining house. So around 7 o'clock every morning, construction work comes. So you can't stop the noise of life getting in, Fitzy.
Do you know what though? You guys have done the show together for so long, and it's every now and then being in each other's pockets. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been doing it for 11 years with Wippa, and as soon as that 9 o'clock bell goes off, I'm out of there. I cannot stand him after 9 o'clock. But you know what? You do when you're doing the show from home. You do forget how much that is with your friends and coming into work, how much it does mean to you. So you know what?
Yeah.
My number one piece of advice is that absolutely take the heart grow fonder. If you spend a bit of time away from each other, it makes it so much better when you come back in.
That sounds amazing.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
One thing I want to ask you, Fitzy, did you dress the normal way you would do if you were going into the studio in Sydney?
Do you do your normal routine?
Or is it pants off type of scenario?
Commute?
No, I still wore footy shorts and a singlet, Sean, which I wear into the studio every day. So, no, that is one. But you know what? I actually like having a shower, getting dressed, having breakfast. When you do it at home, you just feel so lazy.
Yeah.
You feel like
Can I just
you've
say...
got to get yourself motivated.
Well, during our test yesterday, Sean rocks up late and then sits down. We thought he was naked.
I gave you a warning.
He had no shirt on and then continued to eat chicken.
Yeah, he was eating chicken off the bone.
And I said to him, this is the weirdest OnlyFans account that I've ever followed.
First of all, no, it's not.
But yeah, there's a market for it.
There's a market for sure.
We just find it so funny over here that we've been doing this for 2 years and you guys are preparing yourself to do it for the first time.
I know.
It's hilarious,
and it's not even because we have to. Like, we haven't had a Richard Wilkins in the building, sharing it all around. Yeah. So this is just in case.
Are you still getting McGowan on the show? Or are you slowly pushing him away now, guys? What's happening?
Look, he's not having as much fun on our show as he was about a year ago.
We actually have to ask him questions these days, Fitzy.
Yeah. Do you know, Fitzy, that none of us have ever even had a COVID test? None of us have been swabbed, ever.
Oh, this is all foreign to me because our lives have revolved around. Like, our kids have to have 2 rat tests a week to go into school. Like, it's just crazy.
Oh, well, it's coming,
it's
mate.
Hard to fathom.
We had 100 cases here yesterday, Don Bradman, it's on its way.
The only rat test we have here is laying down mousetraps at the moment. So
it's circling, though.
We'll give it a week.
Be good.
Fitzy, thank you so much for your insights and your encouragement. I feel like we're strong and brave enough to do it now. Thank you.
Yeah. Love you guys. Good luck with it.
Right.
Congratulations.
Just FYI for everyone, the test didn't go too well yesterday, so we'll probably just be in the studio tomorrow.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to What If It. Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
For some people, bravery comes very naturally to them, especially in the face of rejection. Now,
they have an unfounded confidence. So you're like, where does that come from?
I like to steer away from any rejection.
Of course.
Fear rejection from anything.
It's okay, Netflix won't reject you, Nathan.
And that's the thing, Natalie. And until she starts getting wordy and goes, are you still watching this? Or are you doing
Stop judging me.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, so this is a really interesting story, which I wonder if it happens nowadays, right? So there's a guy named Tom. He was on a bus and he noticed this girl and he thought that, gosh, she is absolutely beautiful. Her name was Julia. So he decided that he'd get the bravery to get his business card and then write on his business card, I think you're beautiful, call me Tom. right? So he had his mobile number on there. He's walked past her and then he's tapped her on the shoulder and he's handed her a business card and then he bolted off the bus.
So he didn't actually talk to her. They had no actual interaction other than him just kind of staring at her weirdly from the other end of the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then he was like, "Oh my God, what did it do?" Anyway, she ended up going to work and she spoke to her friends about it and they said, "Well, did you think he was cute?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I thought it was really sweet."
From what I saw of the back of his head as he ran away.
Yeah, so her friends encouraged her to give him a call. So she ended up giving him a call and then she said that she was really not nervous because he didn't message her back for 45 minutes, but what he was doing was sending her so she sent him a message. What he was doing was sending her message to all of his friends to see how he could curate the exact perfect message.
What do I do?
Anyway, that happened in 2012 and they just got married last year. So it just shows
love
that
story.
People are very confident to swipe right on a Tinder profile.
Yeah.
But to do that stuff in real life,
Face to
especially
face.
these days where someone can call you a predator or whatever, you know what I mean? You got to make sure they're into it or that you're super good looking and no one will reject you.
And on your business card, it's something
I
about you being a millionaire.
When I first time I went out with Megan, she asked me out because I didn't have the guts to ask her out. She just thought, I've got to just bloody ask this idiot out.
This loser.
Basically. You know,
Big
But
regrets.
you guys had known each other for a little bit?
little bit.
Kind of on the fringes,
Yeah, but the stranger situation is the thing. So
it's so gutsy.
Some people left some comments on this, right? So Tracini, 17, from Sheffield. She said, I was once stopped in the street by a car pulling over. He said he drove past me every day for months and finally got the courage to stop and ask me out. She was with her ex at the time, so nothing happened, but she often thinks how lovely it was after she did this, and she thinks, oh my God, maybe he was the one that I should have been with. Tiddles McDuck from Southeast United Kingdom says, this is how both of my parents met. They are 68. They were both in Spain on first holidays with their mates, and my dad saw my mum getting onto the bus, ran over, gave his address to her. That was 50 years ago.
Muy bien.
And then PJ Bagman from Newcastle in Australia said, my wife pinched me on the backside in a pub 30 years ago.
That's very
I'm
Newcastle.
thinking of suing her now for sexual harassment, but it's never left my mind. Great love story. Well done, and more of this, please.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Bold romantic moves to complete strangers. You've just seen somebody and went, they look like the perfect match for me, and I don't know, somehow make them aware of that. Does that work or not?
I tell you right now, couldn't do it.
No.
I'm with you, mate. But it's gutsy. You know how gutsy it is.
I just think it's things that super good looking people do.
Yeah, because they got the confidence.
No one's going to reject me.
Yeah.
Look at me. Wow.
Well, let's see if it worked for Bella. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good
Hi,
back,
Bella.
Bella.
Talk to us, Bella. What happened?
So I was at a party. I just turned 18. I didn't know anyone there. I got +1 with a friend. And there was this really cute guy across from me. Next minute, he's come up to me. He's picked me up, spun me around, and gone, hi, gorgeous. And I was just like, oh, my God, put me down. Like, I don't like you. And now we've been together 7 years.
Oh.
So
Is that because he never put you down?
He ended up being really charming and really nice. And he was like, I go for what I want, and it worked.
I go
Wow,
for what
just
I
came and
want,
picked you
I
up.
pick it up and I spin it around.
I physically assault it, and then it's mine.
That's really good.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was really hot though, yeah?
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's absolutely beautiful.
That helps.
Inside and out.
Yeah, so imagine it like a bridge troll doing that to you, but
Yes.
he's got a great personality. You wouldn't get to his personality
No.
because the police would have been pinning him to the ground.
And it's so funny because I'm so shy and he was so like out there, and that's what got me.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Cute.
Great couple.
Beautiful
then.
love story. Thank you, Bella. Stephanie's in Alkimos. Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey, Steph.
Hey,
Right.
Steph.
Big bold move, Steph. Did it work?
It did work, yeah. I was at a pub with some girlfriends, and there was a guy on the table, 2 tables facing my way, and just watching him talk to his friends and that and laughing. I just thought, what a beautiful smile, what a really lovely looking man. He looked like a really kind man.
Yeah.
So I made a point of every time he went to the bar, I may walk past, go into the toilet or something like that.
Yeah.
And then as we were about to leave, I got a piece of paper from the bar and wrote my name, my number, and I wrote on there, hi, my name's Stephanie, this is my number. give me a call only if you're single. And I underlined single about 20 times.
Yes.
And then I made a point of sort of walking past him and slipping it into his hand. And he sort of turned around and looked at me, and I just went, bye, and just kept walking.
Yes.
And he called me that night.
Oh.
And, we've been together ever since.
I guess because the rejection thing, Nath, getting back to that, if you're walking out, then you don't have to worry about
I know
what happens afterwards. If you're sticking around, you do it early in the piece. Then
Oh, no, you need how much wine had you had at that point?
No, I'd only had a couple of beers at that point, but the worst thing was, after I slipped in the note and said bye, I've gone out to the door and my mates are like, oh no, we've bought another round. I'm like, no!
Oh, no,
that's
it. I'm sorry, I would have necked that glass.
Exactly. Could not get out of there fast enough.
I've just got the image of you, walking past his table to go to the toilet 100 times and you look in your general direction and you just look at him in a really nice manner going, I'm just going for a poo.
Very weak bladder. Off we go.
Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Just imagine being, say, on the bus and seeing somebody attractive. It's a bit hard at the moment because everyone's wearing masks. Right, seeing somebody there, you go, hey, they look pretty cute.
Even with a mask on.
You write down on your business card, I think you're pretty cute, give me a call, and then you give it to them. And then they do call you, and it's love.
Your heart would explode.
What happened when Tom gave his business card to Julia? This is in 2012. Last year, they got married. Bold, romantic moves with strangers is what we're discussing right now, and to us, it's terrifying.
Now, what's the length you've ever gone to? The most out there length you've ever gone
I
to?
just sit around and wait for somebody to come up to me, Sean, obviously, and that's working out really well.
I've never done anything like that or never even could conceive of it. If someone's even flirting with me, I'm not even aware because I'm like, come on, that's not happening.
So yes, obviously that's not possible. Gemma's in Kelmscott. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Gemma.
Gemma, did you make a bold move to a stranger?
I didn't. I had it made on me.
Okay.
Yes, what happened?
So I was in the fracture clinic at Geraldton Regional Hospital.
Yes. What was broken?
It's a really romantic place. I broke my arm.
Okay.
And I was sitting in the waiting room and this guy walked in after me and sat down across from me and he sent me a message on Facebook like, hey, I think you're really cute. Do you want to go out? I didn't. And I didn't know how he got my name or anything, and I was really freaked out. And then we had to wait across from each other for about an hour.
So he did that while you were sitting there?
Awkward.
Gemma!
Oh, my God, the questions running through
It
you.
was like making awkward eye contact and everything. It was just the worst.
Yes. So what happened?
Nothing.
No, she ignored him, Nathan.
Did you ever find out how he found out your name? Was your name called?
No, and I'd come in before him, so I'd told them at the front my name, and then he came in after and sat down, so I don't know.
Oh my
Gemma.
God. I just wish we knew how it all happened.
And you had to sit there opposite each other for an hour.
He just sat there and looked at
And he's looking at you, looking at your phone, where you absolutely have
awesome.
seen the message.
Yeah, and it was on Facebook, so it sends the sent receipt.
Yes.
I wonder
Seen it?
how long.
Yeah.
I wonder how long he'd been following you before.
That's
you went,
right.
oh, great, she's injured now. I'll get her.
Yeah, well, that's not terrifying at all. Thanks for that.
See, this is the problem. Sometimes it's a fine line between romantic gesture and
Because
stalking, isn't
the
it?
next part of that story,
I think we found it.
could have been really romantic, but there was no next part.
No. Jeff's like, no, that's all. Then I got a cast on my arm and got the hell out of there.
How did he get your name?
Small town, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a teacher, so lots of people in town knew me, but I didn't know that man.
Oh, you weren't prepared to give him a lesson.
Oh, he knew
I
you.
didn't know that man. And then to message someone and just stare at them waiting for the
While they're reading it.
It's so funny.
Amazing. Thanks, Gemma. Rachel's in Midland. Morning, Rach.
Morning, guys.
No, Rach.
Who made the bold romantic move, Rach?
Yes, it was me. So a girlfriend and I decided to go out for a night at a bar, and I'd been single for about a year and a half, and I said to her, like, I just wanted to kiss someone. You know, I was a bit bored that night, and I never normally approach people either, and she basically gave me the best advice of my life, was just to get over yourself. And, you know, so we went for a lap around the bar, and I spotted the hottest guy in there, made a beeline for him, and just said, walked up and said, hey, can I kiss you? And he just looked at me and was like, what? And I was like, can I kiss you? I thought it was a really simple question. And he said, sure. And so we made out for a bit. And afterwards, my friend wanted to go home. So I was like, oh, sorry, my mate wants to go home. We're going to head off now. And he stopped me. He's like, what, can I get your number? And I was like, oh, well, that seems fair. So I gave him my number, and now we've been together for 4 years, and he's my best friend in the whole world.
Rachel! But so you got to have, Rachel must be starting though, because you have games to go, you know,
come on.
Yeah, you're a glamour, aren't you, Rachel?
She is.
Yes, of course she is. I mean, seriously. Like, you know, come on.
We're not wrong, are we, Rach?
Oh, I don't know how to not say that arrogantly. I don't think I'm...
You're hot.
Okay, Rachel, we'll answer for you. You're a glamour. You're a glamour.
But I mean, ballsy move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even
Rach.
any, hi, how you going? It's like, can I kiss you?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
imagine.
Imagine
I was out at a bar, walked up to someone, can I kiss you?
First you do the lap, though. to find the hottest one.
You find the hottest person in there, walk up boldly, can I kiss you? That's right, we're doing this thing. Like, oh my God.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Well, let's head over to the East Coast and catch up with our good friend Mitch Norton, see how he's going. How are you, Mitch?
I'm good, mate. Good.
Hey, Nora, I tell you what, we've been a bit critical of the slow starts of the Wildcats.
I haven't.
And then you come good. But then you got a fast start last game. And then got done. So go back to what you were doing before. Don't listen to us.
Yeah, exactly. I think out of everyone, we should know it doesn't matter what happens in the first quarter. It's all about what happens in the fourth. And, unfortunately, we kind of undone ourselves by getting off to a good start.
Yes.
Yeah, there's periods during the game where you've just kind of fell asleep. Literally gone out of the game for, like, say, 5 minutes, and it's cost you swings of 10 points here and there. It's been really interesting that way.
Yeah, it has. And I think that's probably going to be the next stage of our development as a group is
staying awake during the game.
Solid, consistent play. Maybe a shot of coffee here and there, and we might be good to go.
Right, time out. Espresso's all around.
Yeah.
The team slapper slaps him in the face.
Hey, Nora, have they told you when you might be coming home?
No, not really. We know we run out of road games on the 14th of March, so hopefully the 15th would be nice.
Right.
Come home and, obviously do 7 days, but we might be able to get exemptions to
train.
Potentially train in that time. So, it's definitely circled on our calendars. And we can't wait to get home.
So I believe
that'd be getting old.
Big time, no. Big time.
How old is that getting? Is that just, are you just done?
Yeah, it's definitely had some good days. There's a couple of bad days sprinkled in there as well. But, I think, like I've said before, we're lucky we've got a good group of guys that obviously sometimes annoy the sugar out of you, but other times kind of pick you up when you're feeling down. So, we're kind of lucky in that sense.
Hey, Notto, on that, the Perth Glory, I believe, have been told they'll be back around that 15th to 21st type of stuff of March to be able to play 10 straight home games, or roughly around 10 straight home games. So I'd imagine
we're talking
yours will be
another
looking
month.
about the same, but... Gee, it's a long time. I know it's easy for us to sit here and when I watch you guys play, and sometimes you get a bit disappointed. I mean, you've won most of your games, but you go, oh, they've had a flat day, or they've had a flat quarter, or whatever the case is. But all that time being away, no home fans to get behind you, the Red Army.
Well,
who
you're a
makes
real
such
downer, Sean.
Yeah, it's been so hard.
No, I mean, seriously, there has been days where. Guys are, obviously missing extremely important stuff at home. To do with the kids and family and everything like that. So I was lucky I got to catch up with Sasha for a couple of days when she left the same time we did. So 27th of December and kind of got locked out of WA, and her exemptions got blocked and everything like that. So she couldn't get back in. She was in Queensland at the time, and then stopped down in Tassie for a couple of days, and then flew to Melbourne with us, and then headed on back to Perth. So I was one of the lucky ones. Got to see Sasha for a couple of days. So
Do you travel with a framed photo of Sasha and or perhaps one of her tops so you can put it on your pillow and smell her while you sleep?
Not sure if it's a top, photo, and it's on my bedside table everywhere.
That's beautiful.
Do you kiss it every night before you go to bed? And is that all you do with it?
What about Ralph? Who looked after Ralph that whole time?
So we were lucky. Nick Kay's fiance is still in Perth.
Yeah, right.
So she was able to house it. And
oh, God, how many dogs is she looking after? You see her walking down the street with 20 leashes in her hand crying?
Yeah. We've put all our interns to work. So, they've been house sitting and dog walking and doing everything you can imagine.
Can we have a party at your house?
Yeah. Would she mind?
Well, there's already been a few.
No, don't tell him about those ones. We're gonna have when Sasha's away next time and you're away, we're going to have an over event at your house. It's going to be so good.
No worries.
Hey, Mitch, with the game plan this year, obviously you guys are scoring a hell of a lot more, right up there in the top of the league. Has it been how much different has it been playing this style of game? I mean, you're taking it to the hole like we've talked about many times over.
Sean's been telling you that for years.
And he's doing it.
It's only just clicked. I don't know why I didn't listen to you earlier. But no, it is a different style, and I think the way we do play, it's hard for teams to scout and kind of take us out of our actions. And I think that's a positive, and you've seen in many games this year. I think, obviously Bryce and Vic are a big focal point for us, and but you've seen Luke Travers, score 24 or 26 or whatever it was the other night. So we've got a number of guys that can pitch in when required, and I think that's probably the positive to this game style that we're playing.
Yesterday, Mitch, we were talking about something full on that was on Married at First Sight, where one of the couples have only been together for a few weeks and only recently, just like for the last few days, been sort of trying to be romantic towards each other. The girl, she ended up veting the hair out of the guy's bum crack. Are you and Sasha there yet? At that stage in your relationship?
I mean, I haven't watched an episode of Married at First Sight this season.
Oh,
no, I'm only joking. I love it. We have viewing parties and everything, so all the guys are all around it. Much of our partners discussed. But,
there's nothing else to do, Sean. Leave them alone.
You're not quite there yet.
Oh, my God.
So Sasha still has a hairy butt crack. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you'd be amazed at what budgie smugglers can cover up.
Great. Well, we're certainly looking forward to you guys finally getting home, and hopefully, as you said, it's maybe mid-March to later March, and playing in front of the Red Army.
We talk like you've been doing it tough. You guys are right up there at the top of the ladder. You're doing really well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
just keep chipping away and get home and see the Red Army and you guys, and it'll be fantastic.
Hey, have you got Big Hodjo coming back into the fold this weekend?
Yes, I believe he is. That's if the NBL doesn't try and challenge it again. I don't really know what
he deserved 2 weeks.
I mean, he did. Two swipes, 2 hits, 2 weeks.
Welcoming back with open arms.
Yeah, good work, mate.
All right, well, enjoy the commitment ceremony on Sunday, mate.
Oh, we will.
See you, Notto.
Thanks, Notto.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.